Welcome to a 20-minute video. Let's get the timer started. Wow, am I in focus? I hope I am. I've taken so many takes that my DJI Pocket 3, the battery went kaput. It is gone. I started this 20-minute video at 9:30 and right now it is 22:52, so it's way more than an hour. I hope I get this right because I am so tired. The reason why is my neighbors, the one across the street, the cruel one, the bullies, the one I really don't like. Of course, I kept my peace with them, but I want nothing to do with them. And they did it again. They blocked half the driveway because they have so many cars. They have hordes of people there, hordes of people. And man, they're just so cruel. I talked to them before. It's just going in one ear and coming out the other. Because in this household, there's only two people. There's me and there's the owner of the house, which is a 70-year-old woman. She's an old woman. And they know that. They don't care. They don't care. They just do whatever they want. Whatever they want. They even parked in the driveway once, and I didn't know whose car it was, so I called the police. And during that time when the police were coming, none of them stepped out of the house until the police came. Then they came out. And turns out it was their car. The owner of the house, she was scared. She says, it could have been the neighbor's car. And sure enough, it was, because they came out and said it was their car that was parked in the house driveway. And the police said, you're not supposed to park in anyone's property, regardless for how long, not even for a second, a minute, whatever. They didn't care. Those people, they didn't care. They just pretend and play along. And man, so cruel, these people. I mean, there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. And I believe it's true. Why she is scared is because even the other neighbors are afraid of the neighbors across the street, because they even talked to them and said, hey, can you stop blowing up fireworks at midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning? And how I knew this, because I was in my car getting stuff to bring into the house, and I heard them talking, and all of a sudden, I guess one of the neighbors, they weren't happy, and they started cussing at the ones that were causing the problem, the one across the street. And the one across the street said to the other neighbors, you're in the wrong neighborhood to be saying these kind of things. And I get it now. I get why the owner of the house is afraid. I get why the other neighbors are afraid. I get it. But what can I do? Nothing. I prayed to the Father of Heaven. He did nothing. All I got from him was, this is their world and you're living in it. Wow. And when he said that, he's not talking about a specific race. He's talking about how all nations wander after the beast. All nations wander after the beast. And the thing is, though they wander after the beast, they're not obeying the beast. They just wander after. What does that mean? It means these people are doing their own will, what they think is right for them. Because there's only three types. There's one that serves the Father of Heaven. And these are not Christians. These are people who actually do what the Word says, what Scripture says. And there's instructions on how to do that, to build a relationship with Him. And then there are people who serve Hashatan, Satan. And then there's the third one. These are do as thou wilt people. They neither serve the Father of Heaven, they neither serve Hashatan, they just serve themselves. They do things for their own own comfort, their own convenience, their own pleasure, their own enjoyment, their own judgment is just them, 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 them. No consideration for other people. And yeah, these are the ones that Father calls them vomit. He wants nothing to do with them, and he wants the righteous to have nothing to do with them. For it is written, what does light have to do with darkness? Because their mindset could latch onto our mindset, and we could, think, oh, it's okay to do this when it's not okay. That's why it's good to be mindful, peaceful, and considerate. And these people, like the neighbors across the street, they don't do that. I mean, I got upset to the point where I was calling the Father of Heaven a liar, and that's a horrible thing to do. That was a horrible thing. A horrible thing. I went at it for a good 5 to 10 minutes with the Father of Heaven. I even yelled out in my car, because in his words that he'll protect the weak. This household has 2 people. Across the street, hordes of people. Where's the protection? Where is it? And after I went flip mode squad, that means just going ranting to the Father of Heaven, saying horrible things to him, I calmed down. I think it was 2 takes before this one where I actually calmed down, and I realized he brings judgment in his own time. When it comes, it shall come. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen it, and it's when he does it, it's bad. It's really bad. He does more than what I thought it would be. So it could be because it is written that he's merciful. That's why wicked people and those who are spiritually empty, who serve themselves, they live very long lives. They live very long lives. It's because he's merciful. The Father of Heaven is merciful. The only way that it can be cut off short is if they wrong too many people, because they have cups, and when that cup of wrath is filled up, that's when the Father of Heaven has to step in and you gotta go. You troubled too many people. That's it. So, yeah, so if anyone has prayers, please pray for me that I may have peace. Because every time I see the neighbors across the street, my peace is taken. They're just so inconsiderate. There's nothing I could do. Like the Father of Heaven said, this is their world. I'm just living in it. I'm just living in it. So I'm trying to look for the time. So we got that much time left. I gotta learn to be calm, not let things get to me, because there's just, as the Father of Heaven told me, you're outnumbered, you're outclassed. The only way you can get out is to be a tree planted by the river, bearing good fruits. What does that mean? That means to be rich, very rich. Because even when I do the Uber Eats food delivery at rich areas, they are in a bubble because they don't have to deal with this kind of problem I'm dealing with. People up there, they're easygoing, they're carefree, they're considerate, they're mindful, even the way they talk. So, yeah, I mean, looks like that's my only way out. I gotta keep my peace. So anybody has prayers, please pray for me that I may have peace and handle the situation gracefully. What am I doing? I'm going back and forth. I'm looking for my notes. Okay. All right, so I talked about the cruel neighbors. Nothing I could do. Oh, I wrote Xiao Jia and USB-C hub. Okay. Xiao Jia, she is a vlogger from China. And unfortunately, people in China don't have access to YouTube. So in order for their videos to be here on YouTube, they have to go through a company in China. and that's how their videos are out. And I don't think most people outside of China know that this is happening, because I see people commenting, giving words of encouragement, and they see no response. The reason why there's no response is because it's going through a company. And yeah, it's kind of bad because Xiao Jia's video, they messed up her channels. She has several channels now, and the videos are not in order. And it's kind of sad to see, because I really enjoy her content. And well, yeah, I want to share about her. So she is 28 years old this year, and she's from Hunan. And she is traveling on a budget in her tricycle, electric. I don't know what you call it. It's like a tricycle, but it's electric. I have no idea what to call those things. So it's a little mini house on electric wheel, and it's pretty cool. So she's traveling all over China on a budget, and she just wanted to share her journey. And the reason why I really enjoy her content is she's not making it for simps, because I've seen other channels, and I think it's made for simps, because they would dress provocatively, and just, I'm not into that. Xiao Jia, on a different hand, she's just a normal woman doing things in China, going around on adventures. But the reason why I brought her up, I've been dragging around. The reason why I brought it up is because I remember just talking to her, like not talking to her directly, like at my phone. I would say, Xiao Jia is cool. When I learned she was 27 years old, I kept saying, you need to have a husband. You don't want to be a modern woman. I guess they also have that in China. It's called leftover women. And I also sent prayers to the kingdom of heaven. Please, help her out. Don't let her become one of those modern women. Because I think the word leftover, I mean, it's the same word. So, but that just sounds really harsh. But I guess truth is truth, right? And yeah, sorry, I blanked out. Close the timer. Yeah, it happened. It happened. 7 minutes. She has someone traveling with her, and I was so happy. It was a nice looking young man, humble man. He was also on I want to call it a tricycle, electric tricycle, because I don't know what to call it. But there's a house on it, and he has 2 dogs. I don't know Chinese that well. I know like very basic Chinese, not even to conversate. So I don't really know information about him, but I'm just so happy to see them traveling together, and I hope they get in a relationship and get married. Don't do that boyfriend girlfriend thing. Just go straight husband and wife. That'll be so cool. So I'm rooting for her to do that, because she's so cool, and the other guy, he seems really cool, and I think they make a good match. I'm just hoping that he's not a family member traveling with her, because wow, that'd be such a bummer. If anyone is Chinese, could someone let me know? Because I don't understand the language. I mean, I watch her content. When she has subtitles, I try to translate it, but the Google Lens, it doesn't pick it up fast enough, and it gets tiring at a point, and I just, okay, go with the flow, just pretend I understand. So that's Xiao Jia. So she got hopefully a helpmate, and the reason why I brought it up is if anyone watches her channel and knows the language, if you could let me know, that would be great. What else was I going to talk about? The USB. Okay, I dragged on with the hub for USB. I finally decided to get it. It was $80 plus tax, so it was 80 something. I'll just say 90. And it was a Lenovo Travel Slim Hub, and I also got magnetic USB, so I don't have to, for the port, I don't have to pull it in and out and destroy the ports on the Lenovo laptop, because that thing cost me $2,000 or more than that. It was like $2,200, $2,200. No, it's not cheap, and I don't want to have any problems with the port, so just going to add. I only bought 2 because there's 3 port. I should have bought 3, but those things were expensive, those magnetic things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug it in. I want to show an example. I don't have an example to show. Yeah, I don't have an example to show. And I got the magnetic. It could take the maximum data coming in and the maximum charge. And the reason why I bring that up is people who are getting into vlogging or into video, the USB-C cables, they have different rating for each of them. And whatever, if for example, if my laptop, it could take 65 watts, that's the max. And I need to get a 60 watt cable, because if I get a regular USB cable, it could be charging only at 15 watts. And that's why the cable is very important. But I wouldn't recommend getting a more expensive cable for a lower end, like to get like a PD charger cable where it could take 65 watt, but the phone only takes 15 watts, so that might be extra waste of money, I guess. So yeah, okay, I'm blabbing right now. So the USB-C, I finally got it. I dragged on. I should not have dragged on it, because I do want to learn the Fusion. I plan to take whatever video and just stitch it and see what happens, just to see what the program is doing. And I forgot, I need SD cards. I bought the hub, but I need, because my main thing is I want to have the hub connected to the SD card for storage, and I need to buy a big one so I could start putting videos on there. Yeah, well, that's it. Maybe I'll talk, because we got 2 minutes. I'll probably talk about the Pocket 3, because that thing is very expensive. Let me put the Pocket 3 too. Pocket 3. And one thing I want people to know, yeah, it takes very beautiful quality images, but there are downsides. It's fragile, and you cannot take out the battery. And to me, those two are, man, I guess that's why they didn't make a 1-inch sensor action. If they did that, there's probably no need for a Pocket 3 or any of the gimbal camera, because I use the Action 4 so much. The only downside is not a gimbal. It can't track me and move around. But like in a rainy day, it's raining really hard, I could still take the Action 4 in video because it's rugged. It could handle the rain. It could be put in water, and I could drop it, I could throw it, and it'll work as long as I don't damage the lens. But the Pocket 3, man, it's fragile, but no doubt the image quality is beautiful. Okay, so that's the Pocket 3. Do I recommend it? It depends, I guess. It really depends. I mean, it's a lot better than carrying a 1-inch sensor camera or an APS-C camera, those big ones, and with a little was it tripod? Gosh, I'm so tired. I'm forgetting the names. Come on, when? Why is it so slow? Here we go. I'm tired. I want to sleep early so I can get up early and work early, study early, and just get things done. Hurry up. All right, here we go. Wow, these 20-minute videos are getting harder. Why? It's supposed to be easier. I don't get it. And if anyone has watched it all the way through, for those that are new, I would like to ask for your help. If you enjoyed the content, to subscribe, not subscribe. If you're not subscribed, to subscribe, but to help me out with a like, a comment, and a share. And for all viewers that watch all the way through, I do want to make a prayer. First, I think we're going to try this out, the gratitude. I'd like to say for all of us that we are grateful to be alive. We are grateful to experience good times, challenging times as learning experience. Grateful for our health, our place, the things we have. And woo, that was the first try. Wow, that sounds pretty rough, but I did give it a try. And now for the prayer, I want to do a quick prayer because the Father, he told me keep it short and clear. So that's what I'm going to do. I pray that for all the viewers who are watching all the way through, that the Father of Heaven will grant you a great day, that He will protect your peace. So if you encounter anything challenging, any obstacles, that you will be able to handle it gracefully, and that the Father of Heaven will also grant you a lot of love, not grant, but give you lots of love, because we all need it. And that's all I have for this video. Until the next, the Most High willing, hallelujah, and Sinji Dua.